Hello there everyone, my name is Nathan Birch, and today, welcome to week 13, and congrats on making it this far in this course. This is the last one of these videos I'm going to make for you guys. Next week would regularly be our finals week. We do not have a final in this class. So your final is all wrapped up in your team project, okay? And that's where all of the learning outcomes for this course are coming from, are from your ability to make this project with your team. So this week, we're kind of recapping the semester. As you finish up your projects, you likely have a lot of testing to do, maybe some more features to implement, hopefully not at this point, but you are finishing up your projects this week, and so we do not have any more reading from the Academy course. Instead, we are reviewing some things to kind of set you on your way leaving this class. So, project overview. Before we go into some of that other stuff, let's just have a look at your reading for this week. So, this entire thing is here to help you find a job, okay? Good links on how to work with your resume, how to work with Handshake with BYU Idaho, how to network through Handshake. BYU Idaho Career Center, powerful job interviews. This link is awesome. It goes through interview skills, things to avoid, things to do, what employers are often talking about, and what to expect. This is huge, okay? And in fact, this whole website here is a really incredible resource because you can get help with interview skills, with your resume. You can have people look at your resume and give you feedback on it. And so I would just encourage you to look around this site and see what all is here. Here are some questions you should be prepared to answer for yourself. How do you schedule a mock interview? What are the Wall Street interviewing strategies? Something to Google. What is your market value? One surprisingly common question that you'll get in job interviews is, how much are you wanting to get paid? Or something along those lines. And so knowing your market value, how much experience you have, what kind of jobs you're looking for, what skill sets you have, what makes you marketable. How can you make a powerful introduction? Now, this is both, you could think of this both for interviews and also for like the intro paragraph on LinkedIn that everyone will see. How you should dress for interviews or career fairs. What does your appearance say about you? Here are some questions you should be prepared to answer in an interview regarding the technologies taught in this class. Okay, all of these things you should know. Okay, I'm not saying that you have to like memorize these for like a test or anything because we're not taking a test in this class, but you have learned incredible skills in this class and have acquired a lot of knowledge. And just being able to look back and be like, oh yeah, we did talk about sanitizing. We did talk about these HTTP response codes. We did talk about CSRF and why we use those tokens and what an attack like this is. So all of this is really meant to just help you find a job. Okay, team activity, you're submitting your project this week. Yeah, so, make sure to pay careful attention to when that is due this week. Depending on your class, it might be due on Saturday or Friday or at the beginning of a class period. So pay careful attention to iLearn and when that's due. And then we have your ponder reflection that you can fill out here. Okay, now back to here, self-marketing. Okay, I mentioned I mentioned LinkedIn a second ago, but we should all have a personal portfolio. All right, as web developers, you should have a personal portfolio because very frequently when you're looking for a job, they're going to be like, hey, I want to see some of the work that you've done. I want to see some of the things that you've made. And so you should have a portfolio set up that is just a simple link that you can give to people, whether you're at a career fair or applying for a job that you saw on Indeed.com. But you can supply this portfolio to someone and they can kind of comb through projects that you've done. All right. So this link right here, set up your portfolio website in less than 10 minutes with Github Pages. Okay, Github Pages is awesome. If you didn't notice, this is hosted with Github Pages. Okay, this entire website that I've put together for this course, it's all in Github Pages. It's free. It's really simple. It's really easy to use. It comes straight from a GitHub repository. And this tutorial goes through how you could set up a portfolio using GitHub Pages. Now, if you want to pay for hosting somewhere else, or you want to use Heroku, maybe you even made an app in this or during this class for it that uses Node and Heroku. That's fantastic. There are lots of different ways that you can do it. The main thing though is that you have a web page. You have your own website, and you have some information about you, maybe a description similar to what you'd see on LinkedIn, introducing yourself, a LinkedIn profile, a GitHub profile. So repositories that you've worked on, that you're okay making public, you should make public, okay? So that potential employers can view those and see what you've done. And then over here, having links to projects, and you can showcase your project, talk about the technologies that you used with each project so that someone can come here and be like, oh, okay, Samuel, he did all this great stuff, and here are a bunch of projects that he's done, and they should be able to see this alongside your resume and be like, oh, he said that he did a year's worth of Node.js, and here are 3 projects that he's done in Node, and so having this to be able to market yourself is huge, okay? Now you could Google, let's just Google it real quick. I'm just gonna Google web developer portfolio examples, okay? And let's see, 15 web developer portfolios to inspire you. Now, just a heads up, you might not be able to do all of these with GitHub Pages. GitHub Pages does have its limitations, but you could do any of these with Heroku, okay? And so let's see, let's just look at a couple of these real quick. Okay, designer, front-end developer, and mentor. He goes through just a little bit about himself, work that he's done, technologies that he's comfortable with, his recent work. You can see these projects. And notice that this entire site is kind of showcasing his skill as a whole. If this site didn't look very presentable, then I wouldn't even really be interested in clicking on these projects. He has a link to email him. Okay, a lot of freelance developers, they rely on their portfolio website like this to kind of showcase their work and get jobs, okay? But anyways, there are a bunch, okay? They're all different, they're all unique, they're all cool, and you can kind of look at them and get some ideas for what you could do for yours, all right? Now, going back to GitHub, okay? I mentioned GitHub right here. If you're putting your projects on GitHub and are referencing them in your personal or professional portfolio, you want those projects to look good, okay? Employers will frequently go into a GitHub repository and just click on a random file, be like, okay, how's the styling in here? How are their coding conventions? Are they following industry standards? Do they have any comments? Does the code make sense? Are their functions effective? And so as you work on projects and things and put them onto GitHub, clean it up, make sure the code looks nice, looks clean, is well documented, has comments. These seemingly little things make a really, really big difference. Last but not least, a brief semester overview. We've learned a lot of incredible concepts here. Prospective jobs. Anytime I like to look for jobs, I'll just go to Indeed.com. And maybe I'll search for like web developer or something. If I wanted to focus on the back end, I could say like Node.js developer or something. Where you could pick a place, I'll just say remote. I like looking for remote jobs. There will be less remote jobs, even though there are a bunch, than if you're in like a big city. If I searched for like Seattle or something, oh wow, look at that. It's probably because of COVID. I'm doing these videos in January of 2021. I guess it's February now, but COVID is still out and about, even though vaccinations are coming out. But you can look for these jobs, see what kind of skills they require, what kind of experience they require. You can filter it by an estimated salary or an education level or skills that are required, experience level. Many of us coming out of this course, we might be looking for entry-level jobs. Looks like Med Action Plan missed the memo on that checkbox. But anyways, so I love looking at Indeed.com when I'm looking for stuff. If I'm pretty flexible, I could just say, full stack web developer and see what all comes up here. And then I could filter by skills. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? I have some skills in a few of these and I could check those. But anyways, I hope that this is helpful for you guys. The thing I think that I love most about this class, CSE341, is that it prepares you for jobs. Okay, the skills you learn and have learned in this class are extremely marketable. So go market yourself, do your homework, make your portfolio look good, make GitHub look good for you, and enjoy. So thank you guys.